Hi, this is Tommy from Practical Programmer, and in this video I will be going through unit testing. So that includes creating tests, the test outputs, assertions, test annotations, and code coverage. Here we have a sample class that we want to create tests for, and particularly these two methods. So we shall use the create test wizard. We'll select JUnits 4, and also then we'll need to choose the two methods that we want to test for. So the wizard has created us a test class and two functions, and they annotated with a test annotation to signify that they are tests. And we can straight away run the tests and see that that functions correctly. Obviously, we're not doing any tests here, so that is a pass. You can also extract the output to an HTML. And the report is saved in the root, and this is the standard IntelliJ HTML test output. We go ahead now and add some assertions for our tests. So firstly, equals assertion. So in this case, we're just asserting that the calculation from our calculate total sum 1 plus 1 equals 2. And we can go ahead again and run the test. And I'm now going to go ahead and force a failure. So we'll change the expected number to 3 and rerun this specific test only. And we get an assertion failure. Expected 3, an actual 2. We can also customize the output message from the failure, should there be one. So we're just adding a more detail here. So calculation is incorrect. And after rerunning the test, we can see the error message in the output. And we just set that back to a successful test now, and we add another assertion for assert not null. And I'll go ahead and immediately set the more user-friendly message for the error. So object is null object. For illustration, I'm just using a simple method that returns whatever object we pass it to. So in this case, we are passing a null, and it will return a null, so this should in that case fail. And we run the test, and we do get an assertion failure for that. If we want to temporarily ignore a test, we can just annotate with ignore annotation, and that test will not now be run as part of the test run. And we can also confirm that by looking at the HTML report. And the report shows the ignored test and one pass test. We can still execute the ignore test by running the run button next to the method. Another annotation in JUnit is before. This essentially executes before the tests have been run. So it's useful, for example, for initializing objects or setting some default values or other things such like. So in this instance, we are setting a property value of an object, and we just confirm in our test that before indeed does run prior to any of the tests being run. So we can see the value set in the before function is taking effect. And in a very similar way, there is also an after annotation for methods that gets executed after tests being run. So that could be used for, again, tear down or clean up or setting other values. Another option in the execute dialog in the test is run test with coverage. And that will then output the lines covered and the functions covered and the classes covered for that test. And if you click the element, you can see on the class editor the actual lines color-coded that has been used. You can also export the coverage report into an HTML document. And in the output, the lines covered again are color-coded and lines missed, color-coded in red in this case. And the coverage stats are also included in the project tree view.